What's up, everyone? In this video, I want to share a concept that is extremely important to me. It's what I call the box, and I believe it can transform your life. So stay tuned. When my daughter was 5 years old, she came home from school with a pamphlet that said, "This is the truth." And it was a religious perspective that was a little different from our own. And so she handed me the pamphlet and she said, "This must be the truth, Daddy, because it says this is the truth, right?" So I took her upstairs to her playroom. And remember, she was only 5 years old at the time. So I put her on her stomach. I had her lie on her stomach and close her eyes. And I put a big box in front of her. And then, as her eyes were closed, I put 4 objects around the box. When she was close enough to one side of the box, I had her open her eyes. And I said, "Tell me what you see." And she saw a My Little Pony. So I said, "What do you see?" She said, "My Little Pony." I said, "Okay, is it true that there's a My Little Pony right there?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Awesome. Is that truth?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, is it true that there's a My Little Pony on every side of the box?" And being 5 years old, she said, "Yes." So I scooted her over so that she could see 2 sides of the box. So now, on this side of the box, I had a little book set up. So when she saw the little book, she said, "Oh, it's a book." I said, "That's okay. That just because you see a book here, does it make it any less true that there's a pony right here?" And she said, "No." I said, "Okay, so it's still truth that there's a pony right here." And she said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, now, is it true that there's a book and a pony on the other 2 sides of the box?" And at only 5 years old, my little girl said, "Now, Daddy, I don't know." And I said, "That's it. When you understand that from this perspective, from this side of the box, that's all people see, of course that's truth to them. But just because someone sees something as truth on their side of the box doesn't mean that it's in fact true for all sides of the box." I can tell you that after more than 20,000 hours of clinical experience doing one-on-one sessions with individuals and families and couples, that people can become profoundly passionate that what they've seen in life on their side of the box is truth. I've listened to people who are devoutly atheists say there is no God, and I can't tell you how I know, I just know it's truth. And I've also heard people say, yes, there is a God, and I can't tell you how I know, I just know it is truth. And I've heard people say that God only is in their religious perspective and narrative, and that is truth. And the reality is that what people see on their side of the box might very well be true for them, but that doesn't necessarily tell the story for the whole box. Imagine if you really understood this concept, not just here, but here. And on the deepest level, every time you interacted with people, you realized that there was more to the story than you were able to see. What that would do for you is help you lead with humility and curiosity, always wanting to learn more. See, the reality is that all of us would say that as long as we're alive, we have more to learn. But the moment someone disagrees with us, we think, nope, that's it. Whatever I think is truth. Whatever I believe is truth. But if we truly have more to learn our entire lives, then we're open to the reality that what we see is inherently limited by us being human beings. And so when we lead with the perspective of what in our family we call the box, we understand that there is always more to learn. Imagine the humility in your future conversations if you're able to approach everyone you meet, everyone you encounter, understanding that there is always more to learn. You see, for me, the box is the human psyche, which means I can never fully understand all sides of the box because you and you alone have unrestricted access to your mind. And that's true for all of us. So there is always more for us to know. Hey, this concept of the box and leading with humility and curiosity can radically transform your conversations and your life. Until next time, as always, I wish you much peace.